Hey everybody, it's Christina from Creations with Christina. Welcome back to another Stampin' on Friday episode. Today I thought I would show you all the supplies I'm using first before I get started because I had a lot of stuff that I'm going to be using. First up are the stamp sets. I'm using this Countdown to Christmas for the circle and the number 11. This Lawn Fawn Harold's ABCs. And then I also have Birthday Bash Sentiments from Paper Tray Ink. And then for my dies, I'm going to be using these two dies right here from Paper Tray Ink. This is the circle from the 1 3/4 Limitless Layers, and this is the frame from the Fabulous Frames stamp set. And for my inks, I'm using Paper Tray Ink, Canyon Clay, Craft, and Simply Chartreuse. And then I also have out Vintage Photo Distress Ink along with my Distresser. And then I'll be using some paper from a Simple Stories paper pad, 6x6 paper pad, which is called Awesome, and then some craft cardstock. So let's go ahead and I'm going to clear this stuff out of the way and we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to be using my two frames on some craft cardstock, or my frame and my circle rather, from the Limitless Layers. And I'm just going to go ahead and, there's a lot of static today. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and run this through my machine. Okay, so I have my frame and it has these extra die cuts, so I'm actually just going to set those aside and I'll save them for another time. And then I have my circle, and my craft cardstock is stuck in there, so I'm just going to take a little piece of washi tape, and I keep like one that I'm not too fond of in one of these little dispensers that I got at Staples a while ago, and I'm just going to use my washi tape to pick that circle up out of the die, so it's an easy way to get those die cut pieces out. So let's go ahead and start with our stamping. I'm going to take my circle first, and I have the stamp from the Christmas Countdown stamp set, and I'm going to use my Simply Chartreuse, and we'll just go ahead and ink that up. So I have my little circle, and then I'm going to take this die cut, and I'm going to use the Happy Birthday sentiment from the Paper Tray Ink Birthday, and I'm actually going to take my scissors and cut this, my Happy and Birthday, so that I could do this on 2 lines rather than 1. So I'm going to do Happy Birthday. Again, using the Simply Chartreuse. And actually, I think I'm going to do Birthday, stamp that one separate. So I'm just going to do Happy first. And then I'll do Birthday. This way I can get it a little bit closer. Okay, and then I'm going to take the Birthday off, and I took my Lawn Fawn Harold's ABCs, and I did Ethan, because I'm making a birthday card for my son, who is turning 11. So I'm going to do Happy Birthday, Ethan, on that little frame. So that takes care of that. I'm going to take my Vintage Photo Distress Ink and just go around the edges, and then I'm also going to ink around the edges of my circle there. And while I have that out, I'm going to take my craft ink and stamp my number 11. Right in the center. So actually, I think I want to do this in the Canyon Clay, because I did pull that out, and I knew there was a reason why I had that out. Alright, so I'm just going to stamp that in the Canyon Clay. And then I'll take my 11 in the craft ink and stamp that. I want to have my circle go, kind of the stripes go in an angle rather than straight across or up and down. Alright, so there we go. There's 11. So now I have my time to put my card together, and I'm going to go ahead and take a piece of the cardstock from the Simple Stories Awesome paper pad, and I have my card base, which is a standard A2 size card. It's cut at 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2, and then I have this matte layer, which is cut at 1/4 of an inch smaller, so it's 4 inches by 5 1/4. I'm just going to adhere that down to the center. And then I cut a piece of stripe paper, and I think what I'm going to do with this one is take my photo. I printed out a little photo of Ethan, and I'm going to put that into my matte piece here. And I'm going to have, I think, my striped paper here going at an angle rather than straight up and down, which is that's what I'm going to do, so I'll adhere that down. And this piece is cut at 2 1/2 by 4, or 3 3/4, I think that's it. No, it's, sorry, it's 4 3/4. And then I have my photo and my mat, and I'm going to use some glue dots to adhere my photo down. Actually, we'll use our mini glue dots for that. Okay, so I added my glue dots, put my picture in place, and now what I'm going to do is, because it is for a boy, I'm going to go ahead and use my tiny attacher and staple just to, and I'm out of staples. I thought I was out of staples. And then I'm just going to do 2 staples, one on each side, just to give it a little, something a little bit more to go along with the kind of more rustic-y boy theme there. So I'm going to adhere that down. Put my photo in place, and then the last thing I have is my number 11 circle, and I'm going to use some foam adhesive to adhere that down. And that's going to go right here, and that is my card for today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I will see you next time.